ask you, I don't know how true Wiki is, Wikipedia. I've gotten called out several times by using this as a source, but it says here that you, and forgive me if we talked about this, I smoke a lot of weed. You produce 6 in the morning, iced tea, 6 in the morning?
Yes, sir.
Oh, please talk to us about that. Can you talk to us about what was going on before then? You know, all the way up to hearing that song in the streets. That was obviously a huge song.
You know, that was kind of wild. We was working with Ice already. We had done, I think that's where we. You Don't Quit, Dog in the Wax, and Ice was like, you know, he was back and forth on the East Coast, and you know, he had this acting thing going on and stuff like that. And he came back and he had an idea for a song. And at this time, he was living like right next to was it Sunset or Hollywood?
Sunset.
Was it Sunset? Yeah, right next to in an apartment building right off of Sunset. Like you could, if you get on the Sunset Hollywood North entrance, you could like throw a rock at his window. And him and Darlene and Felony, with this big ass pit bull. People don't forget about Felony. Was at this apartment. It's a real nice apartment too, kind of high end looking stuff, right? And we went by. It was me and Daryl Davis. We went by the apartment. Ice had like Uzis hanging on the wall. First one I ever saw, like a real Uzi, like this hanging on the wall. Ice was wild back in the day. Where people don't like, if he really, Ice tells stories, but I don't think he could tell them all because Ice was wild back in the day. But he kind of talked about like the song, and he wanted like the kind of sound he wanted for it and stuff like that. And at that time, we had like, I want to say it was an MG 1212, and we had an Ensoniq, I forgot what it was, Ensoniq something, Mirage, right? It was Ensoniq Mirage, and maybe an SP12 that had a whopping 4 seconds worth of sampling time or something like that. And the house, that was actually cut at a house on Everett Street in Compton.
Daryl Davis' house.
Right, at Daryl Davis's house. That's where we had the studio. And he and Eazy E came over, and that was one of them B-side wins again things, because that was not the A-side. And you know, Ice was this consummate professional. Like, he was like a one take type of guy. Ice get on the mic and just drop it like with so much energy and so much fire that it was crazy. So we laid down the beat. Eazy E was there, and you know, like I said, this was the B-side. And the story, it was always like Daryl and I would just be sitting there like amazed at what was coming out of Ice's mouth, right? Because we hadn't heard the rap. You know, I laid the beat down and stuff like that. And Ice had a really good idea of exactly what he wanted. I was just like, okay, here, how about this, right? And he's like, okay, cool. Well, like, and, you know, he did the rest of the stuff. And, you know, we put it out, and, you know, we were looking for a little bit of buzz. But a funny story is right about that time, my, you know, I'm from Detroit, right? And my grandma she had taken ill, right? So I went back, I had flown back to Detroit. I don't know, I'm trying to remember what year it was, maybe 86 or 87 or something like that. But when I got there, now imagine you rolling up on the block that you grew up on, right? And rap is so still like real kind of like, it ain't huge by no stretch of the imagination yet. It's you know, it's doing things, but it ain't really huge. And especially, you know, stuff that we're doing out here. And I pull up, I had a rental car, pull up on the block. And when I got out of the car, I hear 6 in the morning playing, right? I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is like, there's no rap on the radio, first of all. Like, that just ain't a thing that's happening nowhere. I don't even know if it was like New York, maybe Michel'le or stuff like that. But kids across the street was playing 6 in the morning. Blew my mind. I couldn't believe that that record did, like, had made it to Detroit, and you know, they had the tape and stuff like that. And that is just really one of the, you know, and the version that we did, not the version that's like on the on Ice's album, like that incredible album, because like when they got the deal over at what the hell was it? Maverick? I forgot.
Maverick.
Sire. I want to say Sire. It was Sire.
Right.
Sire
My
Records. You know, they wanted, they were of the idea that you had to have a New York producer in order for the music to be, you know, accepted by the people in New York. So here Ice was like all the records that he was doing, you know, like it was me and Daryl Davis. And at that time, you know, like those three, like Dog in the Wax, You Don't Quit, 6 in the morning, and you know, he was going to LL, like, you know, like some of the lines people forget about, like Ice going like, cooler than any J. My name is Ice T. I'll make the mafia pay, right? They don't play that stuff no more. But some of those rhymes were like crazy, but it was like really nuts to me that they just said, oh no, we just want Islam to do the whole thing. But I get it. I get why they did it. But the version, I've always liked the techno hop version. I guess I'm kind of jaded on that version.
It sounded a lot tighter.
Yeah,
much tighter production.
Yeah, well, it's just the drum sound. Just always like, it just sounded so flat as compared to the 808 thing. But it's just like Ice is like that. Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper to me. He's just like always has just been just a super pleasure to work with, and that was one of the crowning moments of my career, because it had like something. Not everything you do has you know, a bit is a hit and kind of like changes the game a little bit. Now, whether that was for better or for worse, I don't know. But you know, that and you know, Schoolie D, which influenced that record a lot. That PSK, which was, you know, it was different kind of. They were talking about different stuff, but of course, a lot of influence came from Schoolie on that. And peace to him, because it changed that record right there. I feel like definitely West Coast. It definitely changed the trajectory of rap, because before, you know. Before that, we was just breathing on records. You know?
Fuck you.
Hey, I said we. I said we.
Talking shit about Lonzo.
Hey, Kraftwerk breathed on records. Okay, everybody breathes. Okay, I don't know. Stop front.
Everybody was having an asthma attack on records back in the day. Everybody having.
It's Dr. Dre. Everybody breathed. Okay, everybody. You can't just put that on us.
Hey, I know.